All right, guys. Now this video, you know, got me thinking. Like when I was thinking about making this video, I was like, do these basketball fans nowadays really know anything about basketball, about the game of basketball? How? Not even that. That's a whole nother conversation for another day. Just business wise, how things go in the NBA, how contracts, cap space, how that type of stuff works. Because obviously they don't. Or they're just saying this stuff, or they're just talking out their ass to get paid on YouTube. Yes, I am talking about someone on YouTube. I'm not going to say his name because I'm not that type of person. But this has to be said. Um, you know, and it's not just the person really that I'm talking about. A lot of people have been saying this. A lot of people, non-Miami Heat fans, you know, just people in general, hypocrites. You know, some people that respect Dwayne Wade, fans in the NBA that respect Dwayne Wade, and they just don't like the Heat. They'll say some shit like this. All types of people that say this, but don't even you know look at the problems, the reasons why such things can't work. And I'm just gonna go ahead and go and start the video and say it. People really think that the Miami Heat disrespected Dwayne Wade. The first time around, yes, hell yeah, they did. And I was all on the bandwagon. I was pissed. When Dwayne Wade didn't resign with the Miami Heat a year ago, I was fucking pissed. Because he shouldn't have came back to the Miami Heat. He shouldn't have retired. He shouldn't have never went to the Chicago Bulls. He should have never been seen with another jersey on other than the Miami Heat. Dwayne Wade was supposed to be one of those guys like Tim Duncan, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, kind of into the. We really don't count Michael Jordan way through years, so they don't really count. Dirt and whiskey. Dwayne Wade was supposed to be one of those type of players that stay with the franchise till he retired, but it didn't happen. And stuff happened, mistakes happen. Pat Riley has admitted that he made a mistake letting Dwayne Wade go. I'm glad he sees his faults. His faults. I'm glad he see what he's done, and the stuff that you're not gonna make the same mistake in the future. Because stuff like this, superstars do see this. Superstars that, consider Miami Heat as a destination, they do see these things. So, yeah, let me go and get to it. So, yeah, one of these YouTubers, and other people been saying this, were like, Dwayne Wade, the Miami Heat has disrespected Dwayne Wade. They ought to be a damn shame of themselves. Blah, 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 this, blah, 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 that. I would never have Dwayne Wade come off the bench. All this bullshit. The money Dwayne Wade, Miami's offering Dwayne Wade. Number one, shut the hell up and look at the facts before you say something for a paycheck. For one thing, Dwayne Wade is he's not 25 years old. He's not young and spry. He's not gonna, make an all-star team ever again, probably. Dwayne Wade's not Flash anymore, guys. You got to get in the realization that he might have dropped 18 points or averaged 18 points a year last year, but that was on a bad Chicago Bulls team, and they barely made the playoffs. They beat us out. We tied them for the um we tied them for the last spot in the Easter Conference last year. It was, we tied them up, but they had the tiebreak over us. And we did that with no all-stars. They had Dwayne Wade. They had Jimmy Butler. They had a guy like Taj Gibson that was very good. They actually, had Rondo. They had a lot of players that have been all-stars. The hell, just been all-stars. And we didn't have anyone that's never been all-star in the Heat, and we tied them. So let's cut the bullshit talking about how Dwayne Wade should not come off the bench because listen, this guy is 36. His numbers are not going to get any better. I I love Dwayne Wade's my favorite player, but I know how to use reality when it comes to players. His numbers are not going to get any better. His field goal is probably going to go down even lower. The more it actually benefits Dwayne Wade to come off the bench more at this point of his career because he's older. He has knee issues. He's always had knee issues, and they're only going to get worse as he's getting older. It's going to be harder for Dwayne Wade to try to maintain 30 minutes per game starting and trying to be the man on the team. It's not going to end well for him. And people are getting pissed off that the Miami Heat wanted to give him a bench role. He's literally. It's not like he's going to be on the fucking end of the bench getting 10 minutes per game. That's not what's going to happen. He's most likely going to have starting minutes anyway, but he's going to come off the bench, and not every night. He's not going to get that type of minutes every night. Espo will look over his minutes, will nurture him, not overplay him and stuff like that. He did that when he did that before Dwayne Wade left. He didn't play Dwayne Wade that many minutes, only in the playoffs. you know. And then let's get to the money issue. Oh, how dare Miami Heat pay or offer Dwayne Wade the minimum exception? Okay, for one thing, we're capped out. We are capped out. The Miami Heat is capped out. Kelly Olynyk took the last biggest chunk of money. We are capped out for the next few years. We can't offer Dwayne Wade $10 million a year or whatever you think he deserves. And then the guy was talking about the Miami Heat should have gave Dwayne Wade the Kobe treatment like the Lakers did. Yeah, look at the Lakers right now too. By the way, I respect Dwayne Wade. I'm all for athletes getting their money, but look at the Lakers right now. Look at what their fans have been going through. Well, the real fans anyway, if there's any. Look at what they've been going through for the last 5 years. Yeah, a rebuilding process, a never-ending rebuilding process. And now they think, and finally, they kind of see it's a light at the end of the tunnel. But I don't even think Lonzo Ball is going to be that good anyway. The only way the Lakers are going to get it good again is they get a bunch of free agencies. If they get LeBron James, if they get Paul George, if they get players like that, that's the only way they're going to be back on the top again. The Lakers have been just in the lottery every freaking year since Kobe's left because that contract destroyed them. The Lakers haven't been the same since. And you think the Miami Heat as a first-class organization. Now, the Lakers are a first-class organization off of history, but I don't know if I would say that now. You think the Miami Heat, that's a first-class organization now, is going to just give Dwayne Wade all that money at the age of, 34 years old? And then he was talking about how we paid Hassan Whiteside instead of Dwayne Wade. This is a business, guys. This is a business. You give the youngest player that type of money. If he's giving you all-star numbers and, pretty much the best player on your team overall, you give him that money. You look at the age. It's all about age in the league. That's why when I was talking about Gordon Dragic and how he's getting older and how we shouldn't have drafted up to get Dennis Smith and how the point guard's the biggest spot in the NBA. This is the most important spot, and you need to have a young, athletic, spry point guard. I wasn't just saying that because I hate Gordon Dragic. I don't hate Gordon Dragic, but he is getting older. Some of you guys are talking about how this guy could play in his 40s. No, he's not going to play like that in his 40s. Forget it. He's getting older. Injuries are going to come more. He's not been that durable, really. It's bound to happen. These guys are not young. He's already 30, 31, something like that. Probably turning 32. These guys are not young. I don't like, for an old guy. I'm all about young guys because just look at Dwayne Wade when he was 25 years old. 24, 25 years old. What was he? He was winning. He was carrying Shaq's ass to an NBA championship. Don't give me this bullshit that experience only matters. I'm looking at the talent and I'm looking at the age. If he's 24, if he's 20 to 25 years old and he's one of the best players in the NBA, I'm going with it over a guy that's already proven, but he's on the downside. I'm going with it over a guy that's older. I'm sorry. It's just the way of the business. Don't give me this bullshit that you would rather have an older player on your team. Obviously, I want Dwayne Wade back in Miami. Who doesn't? But to try to say we should give this guy 10 to 15 million a year, that's bullshit. No fucking way. Dwayne Wade shouldn't have got his money when it was time to get his money. He should have never took those pay cuts. Was I happy that LeBron James and Chris Bosh were able to come to Miami? Hell yeah, I was. But Dwayne Wade, it's your money, bro. You do not. You shouldn't. I mean, he was young. He believed, and I still do to this day believe if Dwayne Wade would have signed that contract last year, gone and take that little money, and waited till the cap space exploded even more like it will next year, I think, and get his final payout, he would have got a lot of fucking shitload of money for 1 year. But he didn't. He let his ego get in this thing. He wanted to get paid now when the Miami Heat were trying to do their best, to get a bunch of players around him. We tried to get Hassan Whiteside, Kevin Durant. We tried to retain Joe Johnson, Luol Deng. We had so much stuff to do. We had to, see what was what with Chris Bosh. We had so much to do, and we tried so hard to put talent around Dwayne Wade to give him his last, try to give him his last run for a ring and take the East. Dwayne Wade didn't see it that way. He saw it as disrespect. LeBron James was in his ear. I know LeBron was in his ear, talking about you should leave Miami. I know he was. LeBron James is a hater. And he listened to his best buddy, the guy that actually stabbed him in the back and got Dwayne Wade to opt out of his contract out of a shitload of money, and basically left him high and dry. And then Dwayne Wade ended up with a fucking piece of shit contract. This is what happens when you look. Dwayne Wade, look. Dwayne Wade's very gullible. He believes what everyone says. You can't tell me that LeBron James had Dwayne Wade thinking he's coming back. He had everyone think he was coming back. No one saw him going to Cleveland. I didn't. He had everyone thinking he was coming back, and he held us in hostage and pretty much fucked us over. And we didn't even make the playoffs. We ended up missing that in that year. The next year, we ended up missing the playoffs by one game like we did this year. He fucked us over. Fucked our franchise up for a little while. But what we do, we developed young players. We got a guy like Tyler Johnson, developed him. A guy like Hassan Whiteside, we developed him. Working on Justice Winslow and Josh Richardson now. Dion Waiters, we got the best out of him and James Johnson. We work with stars. We don't dwell over like Cleveland did. We don't dwell over who left us. No, we build for the future. But that's a whole nother argument. But yeah, back to Dwayne Wade. The guy was just talking about how we were disrespecting a legend like Dwayne Wade. He got us 3 rings. Hell yeah, dude. I understand that he's got us 3 rings. And hell, and me personally, I'm not a billionaire. I'm a billion. A billion. I don't have $1 billion in my banking account. I don't own that much money. I'm not an owner, a billionaire owner. I don't, do all that. But if I was, and I saw what not everyone's the same. But if I was Mickey Arison, and I owned the Miami Heat, I would have went over to Luxury Tax to pay Dwayne Wade. Hell yeah, I would have. But not everyone is me. Dwayne Wade shouldn't have got. It's Dwayne Wade's fault. I'm sorry, it's D Wade's fault. He shouldn't have got his money when it was time to get his money. Nope, he took a pay cut. Bought his buddy. He bought his buddy LeBron James in Miami. He got Chris Bosh down here. He took a pay cut. This is just what happens. You know, it would, and I'm on the Miami Heat side with this. It would look foolish for them to give him this type of money. It would. Now, if I'm a billionaire owner like Mickey Harrison, I'm going over the luxury tax to keep Dwayne Wade because he's the Wade. He is the Miami Heat. He brought us the rings. He made us relevant. Yes, but like I said, me and Mickey Harrison don't have the same mindset. I wouldn't. He didn't go over the luxury tax for Dwayne Wade, and that's sad that Dwayne Wade had to leave and it had to end that way last year. I was pissed. I stopped making YouTube videos because of that. I had an old YouTube channel. You know, I was already fucking angry. When we got eliminated by the Toronto Raptors, and the referees were screwing with us. When Dwayne Wade left, that just broke everything. I was like, fuck this YouTube shit. I quit. I had quit, guys. I was that pissed off. I recently came back this summer, and I'm trying to, get back on track. But, I was pissed. I was not happy when Dwayne Wade decided to go to Chicago. I was actually, depressed and saddened by that. I didn't have the will to make YouTube videos anymore. Dwayne Wade's my favorite player. I've been watching him since 2005, 2004, 2005, something like that. I didn't watch his first year when he got drafted because I wasn't watching basketball. But I've been watching the Heat since then. I've seen the ups and downs with Dwayne Wade, all the injuries, this, that. I've seen it all. And when Dwayne Wade decided to leave to go to Chicago Bulls, that crushed me. And I was pissed off at East Bo. I was pissed off at Dwayne Wade that they couldn't get it going. And let's stop the bullshit. Let's act like Mickey Harrison looks at these guys as pieces of shit and pieces of meat. Mickey Harrison, met up with Dwayne Wade. Pat Riley, Mickey Harrison, they did try. They didn't try hard enough to me, but they did try. They had an effort to try to get Dwayne Wade back. But Dwayne Wade and them didn't come to agreement. Mickey Harrison flew out to New York to go see Dwayne Wade. It's not act like Mickey Harrison was sitting in his office like, well, fuck him. We don't need him anymore. He's ruined goods anyway. No. Mickey Harrison and Pat Riley flew down to meet with Dwayne Wade to find out what they can make work to make this shit go and happen. Mickey Harrison loves Dwayne Wade, bro. I trust me. It just it pisses me off when fans don't, well, just casual basketball fans, they think they know everything. They think they're fucking ESPN or some shit. They have these inside, shit, inside information and shit. They don't know a damn thing. They don't know any facts. You don't even know the Miami Heat culture. Talk. This guy was talking as we're a fucking cutthroat organization like Boston. We're not like Boston. You see what Boston did to Paul Pierce? You see what they did to him in his last 2 days after Paul Pierce gave everything to that fucking organization? They traded his ass. They said, fuck you. We're starting over. We're going to trade your fucking ass. They traded him. We would never trade Dwayne Wade no matter what. So let's not act like the Miami Heat is a fucking shitty organization because it's not. The Miami Heat care about their players. They do. They're taking what good care of doing. Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem should have been out the league years ago after that foot injury because he was never the same. But nope, they still kept giving him roster spots over other guys that were way more deserving than him. And I love UD, but let's be honest, it was guys that was way more deserving than him over a roster spot that they still keep him on the payroll. And he still is to this day. He just signed, I think this is the last year, honestly, but he still is to this day. He's still on the Miami Heat take care of the players. We're not like the Boston Celtics where they just trade Paul Pierce, the guy that did everything for you. You just trade him at the end of his career. We're not. See what they did to Isaiah Thomas recently? What they just did to him? Injured prone. We don't need him. We didn't trade Dwayne Wade when he got injured after injury after injury after injury. We never trade Dwayne Wade. Fuck no. We're not the people act as we're not like the Boston Celtics, a shitty, unloyal organization that's only in it for themselves. I don't even understand how Boston Celtics fans could be happy about that fucking organization. How much of a joke it is. It's crazy, man. It's just very, very crazy how people just look at the Miami Heat when we are not even, the Miami Heat is not even in the wrong. Do I think Dwayne Wade will come back to the Miami Heat this year? Yeah, I do. He will. If he goes to Cleveland, I won't be surprised, but I think he will come back. He will take the 4 million exception, 4.3 million exception, something like that. And you know, and let's not forget, guys, it's not like, for one thing, he is in Miami, so there is no state tax. So he's getting actually paid more than on paper. And number two, he is getting paid when Chicago buys him out. He is getting paid um money from Chicago Bulls. He's getting paid 24 million this year. So Dwayne Wade's pretty wealthy. He's not. It's not like he's fucking broke, guys. It's not like we're paying him pennies to play for the Miami Heat. I mean, it's fucking bullshit, man. Yeah, I'm ranting, but it's fucking crazy. That plus the money we're gonna play. That's like 28 million per year almost. Probably more than that because of the state tax. No state tax, I mean. So you can say whatever you like about the how Miami he is quote unquote disrespecting Dwayne Wade, but I don't think they're disrespecting him at all. We didn't trade him. We didn't say we're gonna pay you 5 million to play for us. We didn't say all that bullshit. You know, disrespecting Dwayne Wade is not even giving him a look. Disrespecting Dwayne Wade is not even coming to him during the free agency last year and trying to make an agreement work. Disrespecting Dwayne Wade is not even trying to offer him any type of role with the Miami Heat right now. That's disrespecting Dwayne Wade. Get your facts straight, guy, dude. Get your facts straight. Um, and stop doing it for the money, making videos every fucking 5 seconds for money. That's when you know no one's heart is into this shit. My heart is the Miami Heat, but guys like this dude who just he's supposed to be a Clippers or Lakers fan. I don't even know what type of bandwagon fan he is. But guys like him are just you don't even try to fucking listen to him because whatever. I'm out, guys. I'm done. You left for 305 out. Let's get it.